Tonight, two of the best in the Ocean League renew an always tough rivalry. A near-capacity crowd ready to get it on. Inglewood and Hawthorne coming your way next on KDOC. From Kai Courtney Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Hawthorne High School, KDOC and Footage.com presents the high school basketball game of the week. Tonight, a classic Ocean League matchup as the Hawthorne Cougars play host to the Inglewood Sentinels. And hello and welcome again to high school basketball game of the week, along with Frank Burleson of the Long Beach Press Telegram. I'm Tom Kelly. And tonight, two very talented teams get together, an old rivalry. It is unfortunate as we await the start of this one that one of the truly great young high school stars in Southern California won't be in action tonight. Brandon Jacobson out with a busted up finger.
Yeah, Brandon Richardson down from Hawthorne High. Very, very good guard. Signed with Nebraska in November. Played at Nike All-American Camp in July, one of the real outstanding scorers in Southern California. Big loss not only for Hawthorne High, but everybody who's watching this game who would have had a chance to see him play.
An interesting young man. Maybe we'll get a chance to visit with him in person a bit later in the telecast. But obviously a very talented basketball player, and he'll be sorely missed by his teammates in this game tonight.
Yeah, he's the only senior starter and a four-year starter, actually, for the Michael Rios' Cougars. So they're going to have to get offense from some other players on the team, but he's very confident that he's got not only the other four stars, but a couple of reserves that can pick up the slack.
Time to check the starting lineups for our ball game tonight. And here they are. For Inglewood, it'll be Williams, Reed, Gomez, Cathy, and Taylor. And for the homestanding Hawthorne Cougars, Young, Gaskin, Lane, and Jones. And we think Raquel, number 2, will be stepping in to fill the shoes of the injured Brandon Richardson. There's Mike Rios, the coach here at Hawthorne. He's in his 4th year. This team is 13-6 coming into the ball game tonight. Well, this is his 5th season, I see. On the other side of the court, Patrick Roy of the Inglewood Sentinels, his team 11-6, and they are 2-1 in Ocean League play, whereas the Cougars are 3-0.
Inglewood, of course, last week knocked off Santa Monica, which is the other strong team in the Ocean League this year. And actually is ranked 3rd in the CIF 1A division. But Santa Monica got one of its 2 losses this season to Inglewood last week.
Homestanding Cougars are in white, trimmed in gold and cardinal. Black trimmed in green. That's the visiting Inglewood Sentinels. Ball controlled on the jump, picked up by Inglewood, and in the backcourt with it is Gomez. Gomez flips it over on the far wing to Cathy. Back underneath. Shot is up by Jason Williams. Off the board, no good. Foul is going to be called.
Well, we found out who Hawthorne started in place of Richardson. It's Michael Gill, number 33.
Yeah, and Gill picks up the first foul. We've got Brian Ricard and Cliff Sims as the officials assigned to work this Ocean League contest tonight. At the free throw line, Jason Williams.
Jason Williams, only a junior, Tom, so with he and Deshaun Gomez, who's a very fine sophomore guard, Inglewood should be pretty strong again next season.
6'6". He's as big as it gets on the floor tonight for this Inglewood team. Misses both the free throws and high in the air to clear the ball and bring it back down the court. That's Casey Jones with it. 22, driving hard to the baseline. Whistle, and the foul's going to be called, and this one will be against Inglewood.
Yeah, Hawthorne, Coach Rios likes to have his players attack defenses off the dribble because he feels he's got 4 or 5 very good ball handlers, all quick, and they could like to spread the floor and attack you off the dribble and beat you to the rim.
Not fouled in the act of shooting from the side. A try for 3 is up and no good. That attempt was taken by Bryce Lane. Back down the floor with the ball, driving into heavy traffic and losing the ball. Yeah, Lane picks it up. He loses it. They almost ended up in our lap here, Frank. Pay attention. We'll be playing in this game instead of talking about it.
My reactions aren't that good, Tom. Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Amen. I tell you, these two guards, Gomez for Inglewood and Lane for Hawthorne are going to be after each other in pretty good fashion tonight if the opening couple of moments are any indication.
Inglewood has quite a tradition of outstanding guards in the program's history. Think of Reggie Theus in '75 and Ralph Jackson and Russell Brand. Of course, probably the best player in the school's history is in the NBA now with the Celtics, Paul Pierce.
Jones brings it up the floor. No score in the ball game. Over on the wing, high try for three is no good. Battle for the rebound over the end line. The three-point tie was by Gaskin. And the ball is out of bounds. Will go to Inglewood.
Gomez played a little bit of varsity ball last year for Coach Roy. Very smooth ball handler, creator. He's going to be the next star.
He walks it up the floor. Pass, kind of a lazy one, and over and back. The turnover will give the ball to Hawthorne. Unable to save it in time was Davian Taylor.
Gave him that jinx, talked about how good he is, and he made a lazy pass for a turnover.
Yes, he did. Inbounding the ball, Casey Jones. In the backcourt. Flips it into Bryce Lane. Lane drives it quickly down into the paint, has it knocked away. Back come the Sentinels. Driving down with it, passing off to the baseline. Jump shot over the rim. Rebound. Williams can't hang on to it. Shot by Cathy was no good. Back down the floor and another errant pass. And this time Lane couldn't handle it. And the ball's out of bounds to Inglewood. A lot of giveaway here in the early going, Frank.
Everybody's excited to be on television, I guess, now, huh?
Yes. Again, Gomez brings it up the floor. Inglewood has the ball. Over on the far side to Cathy. Back out on top. That's Reed. Then back out to Gomez. Down on the side with it underneath. The ball taken away from Cathy, but just for a moment. Back out to Gomez. Still no score in this ball game. And we've played 1 minute and 10 seconds. High jump shot's no good. It would appear that Gomez will go to the free throw line. And flat on his back was Casey Jones.
Yeah, Gomez got the angle on Lane, and he couldn't cut him off, and he got him right on the hip.
Yes, he did. Lane picks up the foul. Gomez at the free throw line. Nobody has scored in this basketball game yet. Williams went to the line, missed a couple of free throws. Gomez has missed one. Each team has alternated throwing the ball away at other ends of the floor. There we are. So Gomez makes it 1-0 in favor of Inglewood. Pressure on the ball. Jones flips it over the timeline down the left side. Hawthorne has it. Back out to Jones. Cross court, long try for three off the rim. Rebound into the paint. Shot is up, banked in. Beautifully done by Bryce Lane, and it's 2-1 in favor of Hawthorne.
Bryce Lane, just a sophomore.
Try for three, hangs and goes up and over the board and out of bounds.
Here's Lane, nice crossover move. Shot it over the pressure of 34 and banked it right off the glass.
Jones brings it up out of the backcourt. 2-1 in favor of Hawthorne. Pass breaking up the lane was Gaskin. Couldn't handle it. Now down at the other end, breaking for the bucket, putting it up and scoring it is Taylor. His first basket, and it's 3-2 in favor of Inglewood.
Boy, that's as good a pass as we've seen in a couple weeks now.
Jump shot is good, but it won't count. We've got an offensive foul, and the ball will be out of bounds to Inglewood. Here's another look at the break.
Yeah, beautiful break by Gomez. Never looked one way, looked straight ahead, and just bounced it to his right side. Great peripheral vision, and put it right on the money.
Inbound pass, and bringing the ball up the floor is Reed. Reed gives it over to Gomez. Inglewood has turned it over 3 times, and Hawthorne 5 times in the early going. 3-2 in favor of Inglewood. High try for 3. It's up and good, as knocking it home was Reed, and it's now 6-2 in favor. 5-2. They only gave a 2-pointer on that. Now they gave him the 3. All right, 6-2. And at the other end, the basket. It is 6-4. Favor of Inglewood.
You can see the considerable height advantage that Inglewood has at most positions. It's like at least a 2 to 3 inch advantage at all over the floor.
4-3 from out of the corner. Gomez.
It's one of those Lynch Shackelford high arching shots from the corner, huh? You didn't think I was that old, did you, Tom?
No. 9-4. Out top, try for 3, no. Ball on the floor. Hawthorne saves it. From the side, off the back of the rim, hits the top of the board. The rebound is pulled down by Reed of Inglewood. He throws it down the floor, and it's kicked out of bounds. The ball will go to the Sentinels. They lead 9-4. 3:39 remaining here in this first period.
Yeah, Gomez brings the ball down a little bit to his chin, but he had enough cushion from the defender to get it off. Gomez, a very good-looking prospect. Quite a physical specimen for a 15-year-old.
He's got a total of 4 points in the ball game, and 9-4 in favor of Inglewood. Into the ball game now. Well, I wish I could tell you who came in. Number 2, I don't have him down on the Hawthorne lineup. Do you?
Yeah, John Raquel.
Oh, it's Raquel. All right. In the paint. Jump shot hangs on the rim and falls off. Back down the floor, steal. Here come the Sentinels. On the break, underneath, up and in. And Gomez does it again. He's got 6, and it's 11-4. And Hawthorne wants a timeout. And so, 11-4. Inglewood, the visitors, on top. We'll be back with more.
How you doing?
Good to see you, Mal.
Good to see you. Yeah.
What you doing? Was you eating a burger?
No, I'm a burger guy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Don't meet top with me, you know what I mean?
Oh, my God. That's what I'm What's with him, man? Want sushi? Want sushi? Don't use your fluffy cheesesteak kind of guy.
This burger. Cheesesteak right there, you know what I'm saying? Pop bars, all day onion, cheese, huh? And a story.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, hello. All right, baby, the meter's always running.
Philly cheesesteak burgers. New at Carl's Jr.
What has been a fast-paced basketball game so far. The passes haven't always been on the money, but the action certainly has been up and down. Inglewood's made 4 out of 7 from the field. Hawthorne 2 of 7, and Gomez has a total of, well, I've got him for 6 points in the ball game. Jones from outside, no. Rebound comes long. Battle for it. Inglewood comes up with it. Reed flips it up the floor to Williams. Stolen back. Back down the floor come the Cougars. Underneath for Raquel. He goes sprawling. The ball's on the floor and bodies everywhere.
Hawthorne got the timeout with possession of the ball. Hawthorne's kind of the, you think of John Wooden's old adage, be quick but don't hurry. I think they're hurrying a little more than being quick right now. A little bit out of sync. Yeah, Kathy coming up with a good steal there and getting to the middle of the court and finding Gomez on the right wing and just carries in really nice and strong over the defender. That's a nice break on the point guard's part, and then Gomez catching it and filling the lane and finishing it.
Hawthorne will inbound the ball. They trail 11-4 here. 2:44 to go in the first period. Inbound pass comes into the corner. With it was Gaskin. Flips it back out on top. Jones over on the far side. Driving. Jones. Pass in. Batted away. Out of bounds. It'll go to Hawthorne.
Inglewood's doing a good job defensively, Tom, keeping the Hawthorne dribblers in front of them, and they're not really moving the ball around with passes. They take a couple dribbles and they're settling for jumpers. So far Inglewood's defense done a good job.
From the side, shot no good. Rebound comes down to Inglewood, and they hold it up and slow it down for just a moment. Out of the backcourt with it comes Gomez. Over on the far side to Kathy. Then Reed across the paint, in, driving, shooting, and missing. Gomez, tough shot. Rebound is off. Long bounce pass and over the end line and out of bounds as Hawthorne turns it over again.
can't stress this too much. Hawthorne's got to get a little bit more patient. They're wasting a lot of good opportunities. Just wait a while and take an extra pass and wait for guys to get in position. They'll be in better shape.
Gomez walks it out of the backcourt. Got a minute 53 to go in this first period. 11-4 Inglewood. Back out on top. Cathy. Top of the key. Long range try for three. No. Rebound pulled down and taken by Leverett.
Yeah, nice box out. And,
going to be a blocking foul on Williams of Inglewood as young Casey Jones went sprawling on the hardwood.
Yeah, that's the classic crossover dribble by Casey Jones. They kept the ball really low, so referees are looking to call palming a lot more than they used to on those crossover moves, but that was a legitimate crossover.
Cathy goes out, and Justin Thomas comes in. Matthew Wallace comes in. From the corner, shot no good. Nice move underneath. Good blocking out by Reed for Inglewood. And back down the floor with the ball is Gomez. Gomez out near midcourt. Minute 17 to go in the opening period. 11-4. The guy with the ball, Gomez, and his team leading from out of the corner. Try for three is no good by Wallace. Rebound. Here come the Cougars on the break underneath Jones. What a good move.
That's what we like to call acceleration there, Tom. Well, he exploded with the ball.
11-6 now as Hawthorne's trying to climb back into this one in the early going. Under a minute remaining in the first period. Thomas has it. One of a set of twins, Justin and Jalen. Ball is kicked over the end line out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawthorne Cougars. Here's another look at Jones in action. Coming right at you.
Jones looks like he's probably faster than most guys on the court with the basketball in his hands. He could probably beat a lot of guys in sprints while dribbling.
Well, he's got it again, Frank. Drives into the paint, pulls up for a 15-footer. He knocks that baby home. There was a prayer attached to that. 11-8. And the Inglewood lead is down to 3. And the ball out of bounds. It'll go to Hawthorne.
Yeah, Jones shows you what quickness could do. See, he had the defender backpedaling on his heels, off balance, pulled up for the jumper right in his face.
Jones holding it for the last shot. 11-8 in favor of Inglewood. Now the pass is over, then back out on top, and with it now is Bryce Lane. Back over to Jones. Not much happens till Jones handles that ball 2-3 times. Drives down left to the lane, puts it up, traveling. No basket. No basket. Traveling, and the ball's out of bounds to Inglewood. 5 seconds remaining in the first period. 11-8 in favor of the Sentinels. Jones is coming out to get a bit of a breather. Trying to get a shot off, but slipping and falling was Davian Taylor for Inglewood, and we come to the end of the first period, and the visitors from Inglewood have taken an 11-8 lead in a wild and woolly first period over the homestanding Cougars of Hawthorne.
Active? Definitely. The gym, the track, the field. Unstoppable? That's me.
The next generation Nissan Sentra just awarded 5 stars for frontal crash test safety.
Life's 24/7. So's my Nissan Sentra.
Busy? That's an understatement. My week, it's like one long day. Perfect. So where do I chill out?
The next generation Nissan Sentra, only $189 a month.
Life is 24/7. So's my Nissan Sentra.
All right, Hawthorne and Inglewood, 11-8. Inglewood leading by 3 here at the end of the first period of play. And our next high school basketball game of the week. Next week, it'll be Harvard-Westlake taking on the Knights at Notre Dame. Next Friday at midnight on KDOC and footage.com.
The better teams in the San Fernando Valley and 2 teams that are also in that loaded 1AA division for the CIF playoffs.
Get this second period underway. The ball will belong to Hawthorne. Inbounding the ball will be Cathy for the Cougars. They trail 11-8. Kathy sends it in. Gaskin has it. And he flips it over to Jones, who's back in the ball game. Try for three. Up and in by Young.
Taylor Young showed a lot of range on that shot. He got that off pretty easily.
And the game is tied at 11. Baseline, jump shot, short. High for the rebound is Leverett. Back down the floor, Gaskin. Pass intercepted. Back comes Wallace for Inglewood. Driving, drops it, picked up in the paint. Shot on the rim, no. Rebound over the end line. It's out of bounds, Hawthorne. Another look at Taylor Young.
Yeah, Taylor Young coming out nice screen by 15, and actually the screener 15, Gaskin got fouled on the play. If the referee wanted to be a stickler for it, he could have called the foul on the push too.
Jones brings it up the floor. Game tied at 11 into the first minute of the second period.
There's quick on quick there, Tom. Kathy guarding Casey Jones.
Not guarding him good enough because Jones throws up a three-pointer. He suddenly has got 7, and it's 14-11. Hawthorne just that quickly. Underneath. Had a man all alone. And the pass from Reed throwing it underneath to Thomas just didn't connect. Back down the floor comes Jones.
Tried to go high-low there. Couldn't get the proper angle on the pass.
Samuel's in the ball game for Hawthorne, number 13. Here's Jones again. He makes everything go for the Cougars. Shot from the side over the rim. Rebound pulled down by Thomas. And back down the floor. Long pass down the right side. Jump shot out of the corner for three is a rim rattler. Kathy couldn't hit it. Driving is Gomez. Traveling is the call. Ball is out of bounds to Hawthorne.
A lot of quickness on both of these teams, but guys got to get a little too rattled and trying to go a little too fast.
Gill comes into the ball game now for Hawthorne. Going out of the game is Samuel, and Gill will inbound the ball. Full court pressure put on by Inglewood. Down the floor, Jones with the ball. Hold it, not Jones, that's Lane. Underneath, shot is blocked. Whistle. Foul is going to be called. It'll be on number 11, Thomas.
Yep. Yeah, Lane penetrated. Thomas came over and just caught him on the elbow. It looked like half a step, just a half a second away from making a clean block, but it was a good call by the official.
Lane at the line. Free throw is good. For Lane, that is his third point of the ball game. It is 15-11 now, as Hawthorne has erased what at one time was an 11-4 lead, and now have a lead of 15-11. That's where it stands. Second attempt, no good. Rebound, Inglewood. And walking it out of the backcourt is Gomez. In the high post to Thomas. Underneath. Try to reverse it. No go. As Archie couldn't get it done. The other end. Ball batted away. Intercepted. Then traveling is called against Inglewood. And the ball will be out of bounds as Thomas had it. Couldn't maintain his balance. Hawthorne will inbound the ball. Tossing it in for Hawthorne will be Lane. Back out on top to Jones. And over on the right side with it again is Bryce Lane. Pass in the middle, batted away. Driving down the floor and almost traveling. I guess he did. Couldn't get his balance. Albert Cathy called for walking, and the ball's out of bounds to Hawthorne. And there's almost as many walking and bad passes as there are good plays here. But these are two up and down the floor ball clubs.
Yeah, if guys have start thinking a little bit about some jump stops, I think they'd be much more productive.
How about 21 turnovers between these two? Battle for the rebound. Coming down with it is Thomas. Ball will be out of bounds to Inglewood.
21 turnovers and barely
21.
3 minutes into the second quarter.
26 points and 21 turnovers. Out of the backcourt and up the floor with the ball comes Gomez. Thomas has it out on top. Gomez holding it. Deep in the corner. Jump shot for three is off the heel of the rim. Shot attempt is no good. Archie was the man putting it up, and he'll go to the free throw line.
It's something you hear coaches talk about all the time and commentators everywhere. You don't foul a three-point shooter.
No.
You close out, you put your hand up, and you keep your feet on the floor, and then turn and box him out when he releases a shot. And he lost his balance and crashed into him. Three-point shots aren't real high percentage attempts to go fouling him. Yeah.
Archie is at the line to shoot three, having been fouled in the act of shooting a three. Makes the first one his first point. And it's 15-12 now. Hawthorne has a lead. Inglewood trying to climb back into this. Archie at the line. Well, so far he's got two. If he nails this one, forget about fouling him. Why do it, huh?
Well, Justin Thomas's twin, Jalen, just came in, Tom. So let's take a look at those guys, and thank goodness they're 11 and 12, and be like the Wares last week.
Yeah,
Travis and David.
Right. Archie gets a friendly bounce, nails all three, and it's 15-14 now, as Hawthorne's lead is but one. Up the floor, Jones with the ball. Over on the wing to Young. Round on the far side. Back to Jones, top of the key. Pulls up, top of the circle, on the rim. Rebound, Inglewood. They almost took it away from each other. Back down the floor comes Gomez. Driving the baseline, stumbling a bit, pulling up for the jump shot. Shot is no good on the attempt by Archie, and back with it is Jones of Hawthorne. Top of the key for three, Gaskin.
Nice pass for Taylor Young. He had a nice ball fake and had an open shot and gave it up to a guy with a more wide open shot.
18-14 as Gaskin hits the three-pointer.
Yeah, nice pump fake. Had a little angle and threw it out to Gaskin, who's just sitting right at the line. Had a wide open shot. Good team play, good vision on his part.
Hawthorne back on top, 18-14. Pass intended for Jones, batted away on the steal underneath. The shot is up and good by Wallace. And it's 18-16, Hawthorne by one. Jones back up the floor for the Cougars. Over on the far side to Gaskin. Cross court, flips it over to Young. Nice ball handling underneath. Traveling out of bounds. It goes to Inglewood.
Yeah, there's Matthew Wallace sitting in the pass lane, got his right hand on it, and just an easy layup. Wallace very, very quick, as is Kathy and Gomez.
In the backcourt, Thomas will inbound the ball. Justin Thomas to inbound the ball for the Inglewood Sentinels. And walking it up the floor out of the backcourt is Archie. Gomez has gone to the bench for a bit of a breather. Thomas underneath. Turnaround is up and on the rim. No, tipping it up. No good. The shot was good, but it won't count, as going hard to the iron was Reed, but an over-the-back foul. Watch him follow up on that. Right there, but over the back, even though he tipped it in, it just will not count. 18-16 Hawthorne. They've got the ball. 3:24 remaining in the first half. Jones. Nice give and go underneath. Young driving, misses the lay-in, and a foul is going to be called against Inglewood.
Give and go is a nice thing to do. The Inglewood's really trying to jump in the passing lanes and overplay. You do that and make them play for that aggressiveness.
Young at the free throw line has 3 points. Now he's got 4.
Nice pass to the post, 21 cutting, beautiful play. Almost got a three-point play on the cut.
19-16, make it 20-16. Young has a total of 5. They didn't give him the first one. He made it.
Some violation, I guess.
Well, they've got it for 19-16, and he actually made 2 free throws. Did it again, so it's 20-16. Hawthorne on top by 4. Their biggest deficit was when they were down by 7. But they battled their way back, lead by 4. Inglewood, top of the key with the ball is Thomas. Justin, that is. His twin brother is in there, Jalen. Over on the side, long-range jumper for 3 off the heel of the rim. Inglewood rebounds it out of the corner baseline. Nice bank off the glass by Cathy, and it's 20-18 in favor of Hawthorne. Here's Jones again. Up the floor. Over to Gaston. Long-range try for 3 off the rim. Rebound pulled down by Inglewood. High in the air for the ball was Cathy. He could tie it this time down the floor. Shot from outside. Traveling is the call as Wallace nailed a 3, but it won't count.
Guys got to just come to real strong jump stops and then go back up, and they'll have the same result. But everybody's trying to play a little too fast tonight.
Casey Jones. The old locomotive man, huh? Out of the backcourt with it. Over on the far side to Lane. Pass underneath in the lane. Taylor Young. Nice ball handling. Good pass. 22-18 Hawthorne.
Nice cut by Taylor Young to get the basket.
Trying to go up the baseline was Cathy, and he was called for carrying the ball. Out of bounds, it'll go to Hawthorne.
Beautiful pass. Great cut by Taylor Young, and he caught it and finished it. These are all the last 2 times Hawthorne has done a lot, 2 different things to try to counter Inglewood's defensive aggressiveness, and both times paid off.
Davian Taylor's into the ball game, and Cathy is out for Inglewood. Driving across the lane, and a foul's going to be called, and it'll be on Wallace. Wallace reaching in, picked up a foul on Bryce Lane. They're going to send Lane to the free throw line. Shoot the 1-and-1. Hawthorne leading 22-18 in a game that is seesawed back and forth. Inglewood got off quickly to start the whole thing. Lane picks up his 4th point of the night. It's 23-18 now. As the Cougars have battled back, they trailed at one time 11-4.
Bryce Lane and Deshaun Gomez of Inglewood actually grew up together and are very, very close friends.
23-18. Driving in the lane, hanging one on the rim was Gomez. Whistle and a foul. And Gomez will go to the line to shoot a pair. Tom Kelly and Frank Burleson of the Long Beach Press-Telegram. We're in Hawthorne, where tonight homestanding Cougars have a 5-point, make it 4-point advantage over the visitors from Inglewood. At the line, number 33 is Archie. He's got 4 points, all of them free throws, and it's 23-19.
Nice looking stroke by Archie at the line.
23-20 as Archie now has 5. Jones in the paint. Back out to Young from outside. Nails it.
I tell you what, Casey Jones made that play again with his penetration. Young just spotting up, and Jones dropped it right in his hands for a perfect pass and an assist.
Well, Young has had a good night coming off that bench. He's got a total now of 10 points. Leads everybody high. Arching try for 3. Tantalizingly hangs on the rim, and Thomas turns and slams it home. 26-22.
Now that was an impressive athletic play, Tom.
Driving, Jones batted away out of bounds. It's going to Inglewood.
There's Justin Thomas going in, extended. That's what we call a quick jumper. Long arm, stretched it all the way over the rim. Then his brother, his twin, got the block at the other end, Jalen.
Traveling, ball goes out of bounds. It'll go over to Hawthorne. Well, we had a player control violation across the way is what it was. Ball's out of bounds to the Cougars. They lead 26-22. It was unbelievable, that last slam. The crowd just almost erupted with an ooh and an ah over that one, high above the rim. Jones has it for Hawthorne.
This is the best matchup of the game. We're going to see Gomez guarding Casey Jones.
Raquel with the ball. Drives down the left of the paint. Scoop shot partially deflected. Nice defense. Crossed away. Beautiful defensive move. Down in the paint. Shot on the rim. It's good. Kathy gets the bucket. Excuse me. Archie gets the bucket.
Yeah, there's Archie. I tell you what, he's got a nice left to right crossover. You always see right-handed guys crossing to his left, but he goes left to right very strong.
26-24. He can bring Inglewood to within one. And he does. 26-25 as Archie now has a total of 8 points. Pressure against the ball up the floor. Gaskin with it. From out of the corner, shot short. Try for three. Rebounded by number 2, Raquel. He's got it back. 23 seconds remaining here in this first half. The shot clock is off. And the Cougars obviously will spread it out and go for one last shot. They lead by a point.
I'm sure this is what Coach Rios is wanting. The last shot possession is having the ball in Casey Jones' hands.
Jones back to Young. He can shoot. Hello. 13 points for Young. And it's 29-25 at the half. And what a first half Taylor Young, a 6'3" junior, had for the team from Hawthorne. Great performance. Watch this kid again. Fast-paced first half, and Hawthorne has a 4-point edge at the intermission.
How you doing?
Good to see you, Mal.
Good to see you. Oh.
What you doing? Was you eating a burger?
No, I'm gonna burger guy sometime, you know what I'm saying? Don't be top with me, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, that's so calm. What's with him, man? One sushi, one shitoshi. Don't use your fluffy jeans, that kind of guy.
This burger. Cheesesteak right there, you know what I'm saying? Papas, all the onion, cheese, huh? And a story.
Unbelievable.
Hello. All right, baby, the meter's always running.
Philly cheesesteak burgers. New at Carl's Jr.
Al Green, the definitive greatest hits. The ultimate collection of songs from the greatest soul singer of all time.
Let's stay together.
Al Green, the definitive greatest hits CD. 21 tracks, including 16 top 10 singles. Celebrate over 4 decades of music with the definitive greatest hits from the legend that is Al Green. One of Rolling Stone magazine's 500 greatest albums of all time. Also available, the deluxe CD and DVD edition. Featuring classic Al Green performances. To order Al Green, the definitive greatest hits for $18.98 plus $4.95 shipping and handling, call or log on to tvatlas.com. Also available, the deluxe CD DVD edition.
Next Wednesday on KDOZ. It's the Phoenix Coyotes taking on the Anaheim Ducks. The game starts at 6 o'clock, right here on your station of endless classics, KDOZ.
Welcome back to Hawthorne High School and the Rod Courtney Gym. For tonight, every bit as anxious a game as we had expected. As Hawthorne and Inglewood, 2 old rivals, getting it on here. And a 29-25 halftime score with Hawthorne out on top by 4. After trailing most of the first period, they took over at 14-11, and they haven't been behind since. Earlier this week, some of these games that you probably were apprised of. Artesia, number 1 in the state of, well, at least number 1 in Southern California, if not in the state. Beaten by La Mirada, 67-65. Artesia Lakewood was the team that had beaten Mater Dei in quite an upset at the time. Oak Hill out of Virginia, losing to Simeon out of Chicago, 78-75. And Notre Dame of Sherman Oaks defeating Crespi of Encino 69-56. How about Artesia and La Mirada, Frank? Start with that one.
That's an absolute stunner, Tom. Nothing like it in high school basketball this season. And to give an analogy, it's comparable to UCLA beating USC in football this season. It's really quite the stunner in that Suburban League matchup. Really, Chicago Simeon beating Oak Hill, not that big a surprise. Chicago Simeon, one of the 3 or 4 best players in the country, and Derrick Rose. I watched that replay. Not that surprising. Simeon just outplayed him, but the La Mirada Artesia game is apt. I tell you what, that reverberated a shock reverberation all the way through Southern California.
Well, after a rather slow start for Hawthorne in the first quarter, they've come on to take a 4-point lead here at halftime. Hawthorne 29, Inglewood 25. It's halftime. We'll be back in a bit.
Active? Definitely. The gym, the track, the field. Unstoppable? That's me.
The next generation Nissan Sentra, just awarded 5 stars for frontal crash test safety.
Life's 24/7. So's my Nissan Sentra.
Busy? That's an understatement. My week, it's like one long day. Perfect. So where do I chill out?
The next generation Nissan Sentra, only $189 a month.
Life is 24/7. So's my Nissan Sentra.
You wouldn't choose a dress from a swatch. You try it on and make sure you like it. Then why use a swatch to choose your window coverings? Introducing iDesign from 3 Day Blinds. Our in-home design consultant helps you try on different styles and colors on your own windows for free before you make your choice. No risk, no swatches. New iDesign from 3 Day Blinds. Make your free appointment today. Call 1-800-590-SHOP.
How you doing?
Good to see you, Mal.
Good to see you.
Oh. What's she doing? Was he eating a burger?
No, I'm gonna bother you guys sometime, you know what I'm saying? Don't be top with me, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, that's so calm. What's with him, man? Want sushi? Want sushi? Thought you was your fluffy cheesesteak kind of guy.
This burger. Cheesesteak right there, you know what I'm saying? Chop bars, all the onion, you know, cheese, huh? And a story.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I love. All right, baby, the meter's always running.
Philly cheesesteak burgers. New at Carl's Jr.
29-25, we're at halftime here at Hawthorne High School, and the homestanding Cougars have a 4-point edge over the Sentinels of Inglewood. We told you about Crespi and their loss to Notre Dame, and we've got Notre Dame, of course, and in a ball game coming up this next week. Our Nike coverage on KDOC and footage.com, February the 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Why, you'll see Santa Margarita and Durango out of Nevada, followed by Orange Lutheran and Oak Hill, one of the national powerhouses out of Virginia. Then on the 4th of February at 8 o'clock on KDOC, Campbell Hall goes against Villa Park. Those games upcoming. Mark them on your schedule. 29-25, halftime here at Hawthorne with the homestanding Cougars on top. Third quarter coming up in a moment.
Active? Definitely. The gym, the track, the field. Unstoppable? That's me.
The next generation Nissan Sentra, just awarded 5 stars for frontal crash test safety.
Life's 24/7. So's my Nissan Sentra.
Busy? That's an understatement. My week, it's like one long day. Perfect. So where do I chill out?
The next generation Nissan Sentra, only $189 a month.
Life is 24/7. So's my Nissan Sentra.
Next Wednesday on KDOC. It's the Phoenix Coyotes taking on the Anaheim Ducks. The game starts at 6 o'clock, right here on your station of endless classics, KDOC.
We get set to start the third period here at Hawthorne. And even without Brandon Richardson, Frank, why this Hawthorne team has found a lot of firepower, led by Taylor Young, who's got a total of 15 points, and he's done them from everywhere. In the middle, outside, done a magnificent job. And there's the man the team is missing, Brandon Richardson, one of the top guards in Southern California, a young man who's signed, sealed, and all but delivered to Nebraska. Cougars have the ball to start this third period, and they lead by 4, 29-25.
Casey Jones with the ball. He's the guy who created most of that offense with his quickness and passing ability in the first half.
Drives left to the paint, underneath, puts it up, gets it. Going to go to the line. That'll be 2 and 1. Jones has a total now of 9 points, and he'll be at the line to shoot 1. 31-25 as we start this third period.
Casey Jones has so much quickness and a great handle. The only thing I'm sure college coaches will wonder about him and might hamper his recruiting a little bit is his size. He's listed at 5'9" and probably doesn't weigh much more than 140, 145 pounds.
Got 10 points, a couple of rebounds, couple of assists, and it's 32-25 in favor of Hawthorne as we get this third period underway. Gomez with it. Underneath. Ball batted away, intercepted. Young brings it back down the floor. I gotta like the way this kid plays, Frank.
Yeah, he got around the post that time and used his quickness to deflect the pass.
Driving, shooting, and missing is Cathy. And the rebound is off and back down the floor with it. Gomez drives to the baseline, flips it back. Looked like he might have carried it. He being the young man who puts it up and in. Cathy, that gives him a total of 4 points in the ball game, 32-27.
And Bryce Lane beat everybody down the floor. They got him got on the ball and got an easy layup.
34-27. Lane, with that bucket, has got a total of 6 in the ball game as the Cougars continue to answer everything the Sentinels do. Underneath, high lob, putting it up, missing it twice was Jason Williams. Had 2. Let me try that one more time. Wow. Statistically, this is how the first half looked between these two. Field goals, 40% for Hawthorne to 36. They made 4 of 11 three-pointers. Young had a big hand in that. 4 of 6 free throws compared to 7 of 10 for Inglewood. Rebounds, that went to Inglewood. And turnovers, that bad stat went to the Inglewood Sentinels as well, 19-13. Here's Williams at the line, having been fouled. Rolls it over the rim, but it won't fall. Williams doesn't have a point in the ball game yet. He's worked very hard underneath, but has toiled in vain, so to speak. 34-27. Misses again. Rebound comes down, and guess who picked it up? Cathy for Hawthorne. Over to Jones. Down the right side. Gaskin throws it back out on top to Jones. 6:27 to go. Third period. Hawthorne leading. Jones whips it into the middle and then flips it over in the side. Try for 3. No. Rebound batted around. Saved by the Cougars. Young. Boy, Young has done it all tonight.
Boy, he gets his hands on every loose ball.
From out of the corner. Young off the rim. No. Rebound. Underneath. Gaskin saves it. Turns and clears it back out on top. With it is Gill. Then back over on the far side to Lane. In the middle to Gaskin. Pass in, slapped away. Nice alert play by Reed. Back come the Sentinels. Down the floor. Gomez with it. Over on the right side to Cathy. To Reed. Tried to get it in the middle. Does. Williams a turnaround. Gets the bucket. Not going to get it. Offensive foul. And Williams has just, he can't grab a thing. Boy.
Here's the pass down low, and Gill held his position. Nice position defense. He knows he's not going to block his shot, so he just held his position, and Williams turned right into him and knocked him down. A little bit of a flop, though, maybe, Tom.
From the baseline, Young puts it up and misses. That's the only spot he hasn't hit one. Comes right back, misses another. Rebound, batted around, up with it, Inglewood. Back down the floor, Gomez drives it all the way. Baseline jumper is up and good by Cathy. He's got 6, and it's 34-29. Cougars of Hawthorne.
Another example of Gomez creating offense off the break for Inglewood. He made that break by his good decision making.
Gill is in the game for Hawthorne, number 33. When you watch him come by, your vantage point. There's Jones, high archer, and the little jumper. Rebound is pulled down, and the ball batted away. The man who had the rebound was Reed, and Reed was fouled by Gaskin. Ball to be out of bounds to the Sentinels of Inglewood. They trail 34-29. We got 4:53 remaining in this, the third period. End of one, it was 11-8 in favor of Inglewood. End of the half, 29-25 Hawthorne. And now it's a 5-point game as out of the backcourt with the ball comes Gomez, his team down by 5. Over to far side to Archie. Back out on top with it is Justin Thomas. Driving into the paint in a crowd. Traveling is the call as Archie got all caught up in traffic right in the paint. Did a little toe dance with it. Out of bounds, the ball goes to Hawthorne.
I think that's about 33 turnovers in the game now.
Boy.
Let me tell you what, if somebody told me there was 53, I'd believe it.
We had 21 halfway through the second quarter. I don't know what the total is. Maybe we can get our stat man to tell us about turnovers. Jones with the ball for Hawthorne. Throws it over to Gaskin. He sends it back over on the far side to Lane. Back out to Jones. 13 on the shot clock. Jones backs up toward midcourt. Hawthorne leading 34-29. What a nice move in the paint. Jones couldn't get it to go. Gaskin's rebound wouldn't go. And now back down the floor with it. Gomez in the paint, puts it up, in and out, no.
Gomez is a very good decision maker. He's strong, he's quick, but he has good patience, and he waits for just the right opening before he delivers the ball.
Leverett picked up the foul. To the free throw line goes Colton Reed. He's got 3 points. Off the heel of the rim. Still a 5-point lead for Hawthorne. Turnovers, how about 31 of them? How's that hit you? Is that a record in your book, Frank Burleson?
That's I've seen some wild games, and this is right up there.
You know, that shot by Reed was high enough it could have brought down rain. 34-30. 4-point lead for Hawthorne. Over to Gaskin. Down on the wing. Back out on top. Jones with it again. Over on the side, and Young has it roll off his foot out of bounds.
Yeah, Young came off the screen. He was so wide open that I think he was anticipating setting his feet and going up with the shot before he secured the pass.
Gomez walks it out of the backcourt. Deshaun Gomez, 6'1" sophomore for Inglewood. Out of the corner, jumper for 3 on the rim and over the basket. No good. Ball out of bounds to Hawthorne. Cathay couldn't get it to go. Archie's got 8 points. Cathy's got 6. Gomez has got 6. They're the high-point men for the Inglewood Sentinels. Here's Jones out of the backcourt. As he brings it down the floor, he's got a total of 10, but Young with a total of 15 is the big man point-wise. Leverett from baseline flips it back out, and now Gaskin for 3 off the rim. Rebound pulled down by Reed. Here come the Sentinels back down the floor. Gomez in the paint, kicks it, knocks it out of bounds. Still another turnover.
What were the pre-game over and unders on the turnovers, Tom? 50?
50.
We may hit that pretty easily.
I'm going for the over. Cathy with the ball. And Jones on the wing now with 2:43 to go in the third. Leverett out of the corner, drives into the paint, and he is all tied up with Justin Thomas. Thomas picks up the foul, and we'll have Leverett going to the line. Fabrian Leverett, not a point so far in the ball game tonight. That young man not in action. He's the star of the Hawthorne team. That's Brandon Richardson, who's out with a broken finger. Frank, did anybody say how long he's going to be out, how many games he'll miss?
I can't imagine. Perhaps we'll get a chance to visit with him afterwards, but I tell you what, when you kind of think of all these turnovers, you got to think that at least on Hawthorne's end, some of those passes have been bobbled, or some of those travels, he would certainly finish the plays off. I mean, he's averaging 20 points a game, so you got to feel that who knows, Hawthorne might be winning comfortably right now.
Well, we've got 2:35 remaining in this third period. Next week, our Game of the Week telecast, Harvard-Westlake will be going against the Knights of Notre Dame out in Sherman Oaks in the San Fernando Valley. That'll be on KDOC and footage.com Friday. midnight, the bewitching hour.
Yeah, two of the very best players in the San Fernando Valley, and Renardo Wildridge, junior forward, former Laker, son of former Laker Orlando Wildridge, and Mike Stanton of Notre Dame, 6'5" wide receiver and baseball player and basketball star, maybe one of the best all-around athletes in Southern California.
That Stanton is a do-it-all guy. We saw him in football. He's a magnificent athlete. Big kid, about 6'7", if I remember correctly. Free throw is good by Leverett. That's his first point of the night. 35-30. Is that about his size? 6'7", is he up in that area?
All up. I actually saw him play basketball earlier in the Tournament of Champions at Oceanview. Very good basketball player. And I saw him play baseball at the area code games in Long Beach's Blair Field this summer.
Nice pass underneath. Reed gives it to Justin Thomas. 35-32. And Inglewood is within 3 now with 2:12 to go in this third period.
Inglewood coach Pat Roy definitely appears to be trying to exploit that great size advantage he's got by really having a little bit more patience and trying to work the ball down low. And Thomas took advantage there and jumped over a short defender and had an easy shot.
Out of the corner for 3 off the rim. Lane misses. Rebound. Pulled down by the Sentinels, and out of the backcourt, Gomez just about ran away from himself. Still in the backcourt, over the timeline now. Down the right side, Gomez gets hammered. He's in the lane. He's on the floor. Ball is everywhere. Shot is up by Reed and good, but it won't count, I don't believe. I tell you, you get in that lane, Frank Burleson, it's no place for the faint of heart.
Well, I tell you, yeah, that's quick up. There's quick on quick right there. Here's Kathy. Got the angle, and yeah, Casey Jones ripped at his right arm. Jones is quick enough that he doesn't have to reach. If he moves his feet, there's not going to be too many people who are going to penetrate off the dribble on him.
Lane has got a total of 6 points. Make it 7. And the plot thickens. 35-33. 2-point lead for Hawthorne's Cougars as the third quarter is winding down. 1:38 left. Back at the line is Lane. Excuse me. At the line is Kathy. Puts it up, gets them both. 35-34. Jones with it. That's Young across the paint, underneath. I think he was either pushed out or stepped out. I guess they're going to say he was pushed out. And they're going to call the foul on Reed.
Reed's played very well for Inglewood this quarter. He's dominated the defensive backwards, probably got 4 or 5 defensive rebounds, and usually started breaks with each of those rebounds.
Young with it, flips it back out. Number 33 is Gill. Jones, high arching try for 3, off the rim, over the back of the board, and it's out of bounds. 35-34.
Now, Casey Jones is so quick and so good with the ball. I think he gets a little impatient at times. A little more maturity, he'll realize he doesn't have to settle for fall away jumpers. He can penetrate and get in the lanes and make plays for himself or teammates.
Oh, what a drive down the left side of the lane by Archie. Puts it up and nails it for 2. He's got a total of 10 points and a drive underneath, and that one is up and in by Lane.
Again, set up by an outstanding pass, two-hand chest pass by Casey Jones.
37-36, whistle on the play, no basket. Foul is going to be called on number 21, and that'll be Young. At the line will be Kathy. No, they're going to inbound the ball, baseline. Back out on top. With it is Archie. Right side of the paint, little jumper. Bodies go flying. Offensive foul will be called on Archie.
Yeah, Michael Gill taking another charge. It's the second charge he's taken this quarter. Archie with that left to right crossover again, and Gill moved in and good position, took the charge. Yeah, Archie's got to learn to, he's got to anticipate that defender being there and come to a jump shot and just jump over the top of him. He's got the reach and a soft touch, so he could have scored that anyway without getting caught in the air.
Gill went to the bench for Hawthorne, maybe to check and see if all the parts were there. Took quite a blow. Casey Jones with the ball. 18 seconds remaining, third period, a 1-point lead for Hawthorne. Into the paint, nice move, shot no, rebound is pulled down. Grabbed by Thomas. Up the floor. Driving with it is Kathy. Pulls up. Banks it. On the rim. No. Rebound. No. Scramble for the ball. About an 80-footer. No. And that third quarter comes to an end. 37-36. Well, the final 8 minutes ought to be something, Frank Burleson. I can't believe it, boy. All right, 1 point lead for Hawthorne at 37-36 over Inglewood. We're back with the fourth quarter in a moment.
You wouldn't choose a dress from a swatch. You try it on and make sure you like it. Then why use a swatch to choose your window coverings? Introducing iDesign from 3 Day Blinds. Our in-home design consultant helps you try on different styles and colors on your own windows for free before you make your choice. No risk, no swatches. New iDesign from 3 Day Blinds. Make your free appointment today. Call 1-800-590-SHOP.
Well, it's a very enthusiastic crowd, as you might well imagine, here at Hawthorne High School. 37-36. As the homestanding Cougars lead by 1. In that third period, Inglewood made 4 out of 6 from the field. Hawthorne made 3 of 16. Inbounding the ball, Justin Thomas at midcourt. One of a set of twins on the ball club for Inglewood. And coming in to take the inbound pass is Archie. And he walks it over the timeline. 1 point ball game here. Inglewood could take the lead this time down the floor. In the corner, Kathy back out on top. Driving into the paint, pulling up, no shot, blocked, ball is hit, back out, saved. Back near midcourt, the man to grab it, Kathy. Archie tried to get that shot off. He's got the ball now, guarded by Young. In the corner, Kathy for 3, off the rim, rebound, Young has it for the Cougars, and he flips it over and back out of the backcourt down the floor's lane. Now Jones on the side. Leverett shot is no good. Rebound comes down in the hands of the Cougars, and they throw it away, and the ball will go to Inglewood. Still another turnover. We're nearing that over and under of 50, Frank Burleson.
Yeah, we're getting real close. I tell you what, nothing came out of it, but another Casey Jones so quick. Great crossover move there. He is really has truly extraordinary quickness.
Justin Thomas has it. It's Archie underneath. Shot attempt is no good by Reed. This one is up and good, and Reed gets the bucket. That's his 6th point, and it's 38-37 now in favor of Inglewood.
Yeah, nice pass by Justin Archie into the post. Reed got his first shot blocked, but hung with it, didn't hang his head, grabbed it, went straight up and laid it in.
In addition to his 6 points, while Reed's got 8 boards, we've got 6:50. A lot of time remaining in this one. Inglewood looking to make it a 2-point lead.
Next Wednesday on KDOZ, it's the Phoenix Coyotes taking on the Anaheim Ducks. The game starts at 6 o'clock, right here on your station of endless classics, KDOZ.
38-37. Inglewood has come back to take the lead. They can go up by 2 if Reed hits the next free throw. And we've got 6:50 remaining in this, the fourth period at Hawthorne High School. But I tell you, these are 2 old rivals, Frank Burleson, and they get after each other pretty good, don't they?
Yeah, the one edge, they're both very quick teams, but the one pretty significant edge Inglewood has is size, especially across the front court. And third quarter, they did a much better job of taking advantage of that size, especially with the play of Justin Thomas and Colton Reed. Colton Reed at both ends of the floor. Defensive rebounding, now getting a little offense in the post.
Inglewood has made 10 of 16 free throws. Here's Reed at the line. Look at the arch on that baby. Wouldn't go. Rebound underneath, back up and in by Archie. And it is now 40-37. It turned out to be a 4-point play. A lot of pressure on the ball. Stolen. Back down the floor with it. Driving, shooting, missing. Rebound up, no. Tipped again, no. And Hawthorne comes away with it. Back down the floor comes Jones. Into the paint. From the side, no. Rebound is pulled down by Pathy. Inglewood with it down the far side. 15-footer left side, rolls the rim, scrambled for the rebound. Leverett can't get it, throws it down the floor. Driving, shooting, and scoring is Lane.
Great balance by Lane. Got the ball, jarred his hands a little bit, but hung with it and laid it right off the glass.
40-39 in favor of Inglewood. Out of the backcourt with the ball. Down the floor. Gomez is back in there. That's Reed. Thomas whirled to the baseline, and he was fouled. Foul is on Jones.
Another example of Inglewood trying to exploit that size advantage. They move Reed to the high post and flash Thomas down low, and he's at about 6'5". He's flashing against a 6'1" or 6'2" defender. So Reed's got that nice clear look at his size to pass the ball down low to those guys.
Jones is as quick as Renthal, I'll tell you that. That number 22. He may not be the tallest guy out there, but he gets after you pretty good. Justin Thomas, senior. Inglewood at the line. Nicely done. They've made 11 out of 18 free throws now, this Inglewood team. And they have taken a 41-39 lead. They're up by 2. And Thomas, one of a set of twins, can't connect on the next one, and the rebound is off the rim, out of bounds. It'll go to Hawthorne. 41-39. Looked for all the world like Hawthorne might have touched it last, but it's going to be Gaskin to inbound the ball for the homestanding Cougars.
Inglewood picking up full court man-to-man here. Look at a little trap in the corner.
Pass down the far side, driving quickly down the floor in the corner. Young for 3.
I tell you what, Tom, Hawthorne's not a team you want to try to press full court, not with their ability to push the ball either off the dribble, off the pass, and get shooters into the corner. That was another outstanding play by Casey Jones.
And there's a foul on Young, and Young, in addition to all of his other activities, has 18 points, has given his team a 42-41 advantage. And now going to the line will be Archie for Inglewood, and he's got a chance to put the Sentinels back up on top.
Justin Archie, a real natural scorer, just a slasher, pretty good shot. He reminds me, if you remember, for SC 3 or 4 years ago, Desmond Farmer. Left-handed,
yes.
about 6'3", slasher, streaky shooter. I think he's even wears the same number.
Game is tied at 42. Archie's got a total of 13 points in the game. Back at the free throw line again for Inglewood. Misses that one. Gaskin rebounds. Game is tied at 42. Back out on top with the ball is Lane. Gives it to Jones near midcourt. Coach Michael Rios of Hawthorne is up shouting instructions. Says we're going to run number 10. Lane over to Cal, back in the paint. Quick shot. Nice move by Jones, but he misses the rebound, pulled down by Reed.
There's that man again, Reed, grabbing another defensive rebound. That's going to be 8-9 defensive rebounds in this half alone.
Archie with the ball near midcourt. 4:50 to go. Game tied at 42. Up the lane. Shot. No. Offensive foul on Archie.
Yeah, there's Taylor Young. He's done a good job shooting the ball this time, planting himself right in the middle of the key. And here's Archie again. Again, pull up, jump stop, wide open 8-footer, jump over the top of the guy, but he wants to take it all the way to the rim, and Young was there waiting for him.
Gaskin gives it back on top to Lane. Lane drives into the paint underneath. Ball batted away, but a foul is going to be called. Reed got called for his 4th foul. Well before the shot went up.
Patrick Roy's got a decision to make with 4:32 and the score tied as he Reed's been such an important factor in this half. Does he keep him in with 4 fouls and risk losing him pretty quickly, or try to roll the dice and taking him off?
Well, who could he put in to replace him?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Thomas's brother.
Yeah, Jalen, you never know.
Yeah,
well, they missed the chance to inbound that ball, that they being Hawthorne. Taylor Young going over, and he's coming out of the game for Hawthorne, taking a breather.
38 turnovers now, Tom.
Oh, Lord. Archie quickly in the paint. Beautiful move.
See, there's a prime example we talked about. Just he doesn't have to go all the way to the rim. Just jump stop, jump over the top of the guy, and you got a fairly easy 8-10 footer.
Gaskin with the ball. Archie's got a total of 15 for Inglewood. They lead by 2 with 4:10 to go. That's Lane with the ball for Hawthorne, backing up near midcourt.
Gomez doing a pretty good job defensively off the ball for Inglewood, keeping the ball away from Casey Jones.
Nice drive by Lane. He's got a total of 12. What a nice payoff when we're tied at 44.
Nice floater, nice what they call a mid-range game. You know, nice pull up, 10 to 12 feet. Real art to that. Shot it with real good touch.
Gomez flips it over to Cathy. To Reed, top of the key, looking underneath.
Trying to go high-low again. Good job, good defensive job by Hawthorne, taking the pass away.
Archie, top of the key for 3. Hello!
I think that is Desmond Farmer, Tom. I think he came back to Inglewood High. Had a little high school eligibility left.
47-44. Another look at Archie. Just outside the top of the key. It's up. Count it.
I tell you what set that shot, Tom, was again that left to right crossover. He's got that. That's an art for him.
Well, they only gave him 2, guys, because they say it's 46-44, not 47. So Archie's got a total of 17, not 18. And at the free throw line will be Bryce Lane. Well, now they've said 47 again. That's what I had. Bryce Lane at the line. Lane's got a total of 12 points in the ball game. Hangs it on the rim. Rebound pulled down. Grabbed off nicely by Davian Taylor. And out of the backcourt with the ball comes Archie.
Big miss on that front end of a one-on-one. Potential 2 points go down the drain.
Archie drives into the paint. And he's been fouled by Raquel. John Raquel, who came on to play a lot here tonight in the absence of Brandon Richardson, the talented guard of Hawthorne, who's out with a broken finger. Tell me again, how many games do you think he's going to miss?
I can't imagine too many. It doesn't look like a finger-based. It looks like he's got a little a wrap around his wrist, so maybe it's a wrist sprain or something. I'd be curious to find out. But getting back to Archie, he's very, very crafty with the ball. He go left or right equally well. Nice shot, good power. He's somewhere down the road. I don't know what level of college basketball he'll play next year, but he's got a lot of ability.
But he's got 19 points. Looking for number 20. He's got his team on top by 4. Make it by 5.
Game's starting to slip away a little bit here from Hawthorne. They got to get a good possession, get a good shot out of this possession.
Jones back out to Gaskin. We've got 2:55 to go, and the Cougars are down 49-44.
Here's quickest player on quickest player here with 32 on Casey Jones.
Young can get it back. He's off the heel of the rim. Rebound batted into the hands of Leverett, and he is fouled, and that foul is going to be laid at the doorstep of Jason Williams.
Probably prevented a basket though, Tom. But good hard foul. Nothing malicious, but prevented him from Gaskin from going back. Excuse me, Leverett from going up for a follow shot. Forcing him to make some free throws here.
Leverett has 1 point in the ball game tonight, and there's a very important one right there. 49-45. Inglewood leads by 4. Leverett back to the line.
And Coach Roy did put Reed back in the lineup with a little more than 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, he took Williams out. Leverett again. Now he's got 3 points. 49-46, a 3-point lead for Inglewood. 2:35 to go. They've got the ball. On the far side, Taylor flips it cross court to Cathy. Drives it into the paint. Oh, put up a prayer. That's not much of a play. That is a charging foul on Kathy, but I mean
that's not a good decision.
No.
No, they don't need to rush this shot.
No.
And there he goes, leaves his feet, and Gaskin steps right in. That's the 4th charge I think they've taken this half.
Yeah.
Very good, sound, smart team defense on Hawthorne's part, and not real smart offense on Inglewood's part.
Back down the floor in a hurry is Casey Jones over to Gaskin. Inglewood leads by 3 with 2:15 and the clock ticking here in the 4th. Pass underneath, tipped away and intercepted. Taken by number 34, Taylor. Nice defensive effort by Inglewood. Now we'll see if they've got a little patience to run the offense here at their end of the court. Minute 58, 23 in the shot clock. Well, no patience. Boy, they took it right to the rim. Shot is up, no good by Reed. And up with the ball, Hawthorne down the floor. Ball slapped away. Back up with it is Jones. Drives under, reverse, no. Rebound is taken by Reed. He gets hammered, but he hangs on to the ball.
Another big defensive rebound by Reed.
Minute 30 to go. Inglewood leading by 3. Pass over on the left side to Gomez. He's been kind of quiet here in the second half.
Yeah, last quarter and a half, he hasn't really had the ball in his hands. But
got 6 points on the night.
And he got called for a palm.
Turning it over.
He got called for a palm. Crossover moves, the officials will let you make a good, clean crossover if you do it quick, tight, and low. He just brought the ball up way too high, way too slow. It was too exaggerated. The referee's going to call that every time.
So Casey Jones has it for Hawthorne, and we've got a timeout taken by the Cougars. 49-46, Inglewood by 3 with 1:05 to go. And I would imagine this baby, and why should it change now, will go right down to the wire. Unbelievable. Well, we talk about some of the great high school games that are on our schedule. And let's take you down now to February 3rd at 7:30 on KDOC. Santa Margarita against Durango out of Nevada. Orange Lutheran against Oak Hill out of Virginia. And then on the 4th at 8 p.m. on KDOC and footage.com, you'll see Campbell Hall against Villa Park. I was really impressed by Villa Park the time we saw him a couple of weeks ago, Frank.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we didn't get to see Drew Viney, much like we're not seeing Brandon Richardson tonight, but hopefully Drew Viney will be healthy for that event. And Santa Margarita got another of Michael Thompson's, well, actually 2 of Michael Thompson's sons, including junior Clay Thompson, 6'5", one of the very best guards in Orange County.
And in that Nike extravaganza, Lake Oswego, Ken Love's kid going against
Mater Dei. Kevin Love against Mater Dei. Yeah.
Yep.
Oak Hill Academy playing against Fairfax with Chase Stanton, another UCLA-bound player.
Some absolutely great games.
Yeah, great couple days of basketball that Friday and Saturday.
It'll be the 2nd and the 3rd, and you'll see coverage on the 3rd and the 4th. Well, it'll have to go some, these upcoming games, to match this one for intensity. Great pass underneath, and Jones blows the crib shot.
Great play out of bounds, ran off the high screen near midcourt. Had a layup, but there's Reed.
Bad pass. Young driving underneath, lays it up, gets it, and one. (49-48). Young has a total of 20 points in the ball game and a chance to tie this puppy up.
Nice pick by Young. Went all the way. Nice, strong left hand. There he is. Nice, strong. Carried in left-handed all the way. There's a prime example when you talk about a player working on his offhand there, because if he would have tried to put it in his right hand, it might have gotten blocked.
Young looked for a moment there like he might have come up with a little hitch in his get-along. Looked like he...
Yeah, came down. What if he jammed his ankle or something?
Yeah, he's overtaking a breather.
52 seconds to go, and something tells me there's still going to be 2-3 possessions on each team's part, the way they're playing a little fast and loose with the ball. And
they truly are, aren't they?
Yeah, it's been entertaining, that's for certain.
2 guys who really stood out tonight in this ball game. First of all, Justin Archie for Inglewood. He's got a total of 20 points, 3 boards, He's got 9 of 10 at the line, 5 of 12 from the field. And the young man who just drove for 2, and that would be Taylor Young, who's got 20 points.
Yeah.
7 rebounds. And he has really shown us some outside range, some good play underneath, and on the break. Very accomplished looking ball player, and only a junior.
Yeah, he and Casey Jones going to be quite a backcourt next year for the Cougars.
Well, we'll see if he can get number 21 here and tie this baby up. That's 21 for Young, and the game is tied at 49, and he's going to the bench.
Yeah, he's
got a little hitch in his
yeah.
get along, and he's over there sitting down next to the coach, Michael Rios. All right, Inglewood to inbound the ball. And out of the backcourt and up the floor, here's Archie. He's got 20.
Yeah, looks like they're flattening out their offense. Spread it a little bit, let him go one-on-one. There you go, pull-up jumper.
15-footer, nails it. 51-49. Archie breaks the tie. He's got 22. A drive.
Coach Rios called a timeout there, and I think Casey Jones.
Yeah, he was going right to the rim, wasn't he?
Casey Jones had beaten his man. I think he might have gotten a layup there.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Well, Archie's something else again. He's not a bit bashful, Frank. Watch him go to the paint.
Yeah, look at him. Gobich is strong, hard left pull-up. See, there he goes. Pulls up at the foul line, rises straight up. Great lift on the shot. Got separation. See, 25 backpedaled because of his ability to drive it. Amazing, what, 21 points all off the bench.
Well, you know, had he done that more times than running right into the defender and putting a charge on himself, he might have had an even better night than he's had, and he's had a great night. Well, are we going to get Taylor Young back in the game here?
I got to tell you, they wanted Taylor Young on the court and get him into one of the corners and let Casey Jones try to penetrate. And if help comes, he'll look to who's ever the help defender to pass it to that guy for maybe an open jumper. Yeah, nice play last time when he ran off the screen near midcourt and should have had a layup.
Colton Reed has only 6 points for Inglewood, but he's done a really remarkable job. He has really just played as you know what off in the paint. Yeah, he's taken a lot of punishment. He's rebounded, blocked shots. Biggest man on the floor, and he's really worked hard.
Yeah, dominated the glass the second half.
All right. The inbound pass comes to Taylor Young. Back in. Gives it back to Jones. He's almost said, I'll give it to you. You got to give it back to me, though. Did you notice that? Yeah. Jones has it. 22 seconds. 17 on the shot clock. The ball is over to Lane. Lane, 12 on the game clock.
Being a little too deliberate here, Tom.
Boy, they are really taking their time. Lane drives, shoots, rolls it over the rim. Reed has the rebound. Inglewood has the ball.
They said Gomez stepped out of bounds.
Boy. 2 seconds remain. A 2-point game, and everybody's on their feet.
Coach Rios thinks there should be 4 seconds on the clock, which he was yelling at the table, and I think the guy at the scores clock is going to go over with the officials to get their opinion on it.
I don't know if we could see whether or not he stepped out of bounds. The officials have been right on it most of the night, so I would think that that's a pretty good call. Tough call for Inglewood, but
yeah, Lane did a good job of beating Gomez off the drive, and Gomez kind of pulled away, and there's the ball off of Reed. Can't really tell if Gomez's foot is on the line, on the baseline there.
But I'll tell you, when Reed got the ball to him, it looked from our vantage point, which may not be that at all, a vantage point, that he might have been a step or two in bounds.
Yeah,
so it's 51-49, 4 seconds remain. We're in the 4th period, and what a game Inglewood and Hawthorne have given us tonight.
Extra 2 seconds could mean a lot in this situation because you could make an extra pass, maybe make an extra dribble. You don't have to just pass it inbound, take it one dribble, and shoot. So it'll give Coach Rios a few more options for the Cougars coming out of this inbound play.
And the other consideration, Frank Burleson, is that everybody's in the bonus. You make a foul when the ball is inbounded, go to the line, we could be going to overtime.
Yeah.
All right, who'll inbound the ball? It would appear that it's going to be Lane to inbound the ball.
Yeah, right on the baseline. So let's see if see how Inglewood plays it. See if they go man out of bounds or going zone. Looks like they're going man to man. Yeah, the most dangerous man in this situation is the inbounder. You got to follow him because he tosses in, you get right back to him for a wide open shot.
Lane to inbound the ball. The crowd is at a fever pitch. Throws it in. Young out of the corner for three. On the rim, no. Rebound is off. Inglewood's got it, and they win by 2, 51-49, and it went right down to the wire. What a ball game. What a ball game. Man, I'm glad you got a chance to see it. We've enjoyed every minute of it here tonight. Some outstanding individual and team efforts as these two clubs battled right to the wire. Let's take one more look at the last play of the ball game as it turned out. The inbounding. With the ball inbounding it is Lane. Take a look at it once again.
Yeah, Young came behind a nice double screen there by 22 and 15. Pretty good look. Would have won the game. That would have been a three that would have won the game. Yeah, two nice screens there. Guy trailing the shooter. Archie trailing the shooter, got his hand up and bothered it just enough to throw it off a bit. So a nice play by Archie, and then the defensive rebound to end the game by Reed. Very appropriate.
Let's take a look at the scorebook. 21 points for Young, 22 points for Archie. The other people, well, in double figures, Jones had 10 and Lane had 12 for the losing Hawthorne team. We'll come back and run down the scoring for Inglewood in a moment as Inglewood wins it 51-49. What a thriller. The crowd is still bouncing about it. We'll be back in a moment.
How you doing?
Good to see you, Mal.
Good to see you.
Oh, what's she doing? Was he eating a burger?
No, I'm a burger guy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Oh, meat chop with me, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, let's go down. What's with him, man? One sushi, one shitoshi. Don't use your fluffy jeans, that kind of guy.
This burger. Cheese deck right there, you know what I'm saying? Chop bars, all day onion, you know, cheese, huh? And a story.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, all right, baby, the meat is always running.
Philly cheesesteak burgers. New at Carl's Jr.
Al Green, the definitive greatest hits. The ultimate collection of songs from the greatest soul singer of all time.
Let's stay together.
Al Green, the definitive greatest hits CD. 21 tracks, including 16 top 10 singles. Celebrate over 4 decades of music with the definitive greatest hits from the legend that is Al Green.
Love and happiness.
One of Rolling Stone magazine's 500 greatest albums of all time. Also available, the deluxe CD and DVD edition. Featuring classic Al Green performances. To order Al Green, the definitive greatest hits for $18.98 plus $4.95 shipping and handling, call or log on to TVAtlas.com. Also available, the deluxe CD DVD edition.
Next Wednesday on KDOZ. It's the Phoenix Coyotes taking on the Anaheim Ducks. The game starts at 6 o'clock, right here on your station of endless classics, KDOZ.
Well, Frank Bertelson, this old rivalry had another new page tonight. Now both of these teams in the Ocean League are 3-1. What a ball game.
Well, it's interesting. Without Brandon Richardson tonight, and Hawthorne is kind of probably basically through the Ocean League race into a three-way tie with Santa Monica and the Sentinels and the Cougars. So Inglewood, you can tell this is a very emotional game for them. They got swept last year by Hawthorne, so big win for Inglewood.
Well, that'll do it from Hawthorne High. The final score, Inglewood 51, Hawthorne 49. Join us next week when Harvard Westlake takes on the Knights of Notre Dame Friday night at midnight on KDOC and footage.com. For Frank Bertelson, I'm Tom Kelly. Thanks for looking in. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Good night, everybody.